Beyond. Woo! Welcome to episode 97 of Podcast Beyond.
97. It's happening.
We are
Crack-a-lacking.
Really close.
We're pretty far from episode 1 million.
Oh, my God.
I gotta say, we're not really getting
Is that what
anywhere.
you're getting
We're
excited
not getting anywhere fast.
I don't think we're going to ever get there
No,
in
1
our
million.
lifetimes.
Let's see, 1 million.
He's doing math.
No, I'm not going to do it. It would take a long time. 1,000 years or something. Anyway, actually, what we've been doing for a year and a half, so
Yeah,
1,500 years.
Is that really all? It's only a year and a half?
I think so.
No way.
Or is it 2 years?
It's
no.
like 2 years.
Oh, yeah, okay,
It has
so
to
2
be, right?
years.
'Cause it's only 52.
2 years. So 1,000 years will take us to get to 1 million.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we're on it.
We should just do 2 podcasts every day.
Yeah.
In the morning, what's going on? In the afternoon, wrapping it all up.
Or wait, no. Oh, wait, I'm wrong. Is it
Oh, God. You just made an idiot of
5,000?
yourself
I
on
don't
the
know.
internet.
I did. I'm not cheating and using the calculator, though.
Yeah?
Doing very
Good
simple
job.
math in my head. Yeah. 1,000 times 2,000 years. There you go. 2,000 years will do it.
Okay.
That's wrong.
Really?
That's also wrong.
I don't.
I'm way off.
I don't.
Wait, what are you talking about?
5,000 years. Anyway, all right. Let's get into the rope report.
Time for some
No introductions again. Welcome, new listeners. You're here on Shop Talk with Mighty Joe Frazier and Jenny Williker.
Hey, they clicked on the link.
I was trying to run away from my very poor math.
We're away from that.
It's coming.
You don't want anyone to know who you are based on the conversation you just had.
Greg, what's going on?
Nothing. I'm excited. I was probably at 15% last podcast beyond. I feel 210% today.
Wow.
This
I'm
is a good
ready to
one.
give one of the best shows I've ever had.
I am
Twice as much
I'm
regular.
very excited for this show.
Okay, good.
I think there's some cool stuff coming up. Ryan, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
I am doing well. Sam
awesome.
and I am Chris. Let's get
Yay.
it. Let's get into the.
If there was a cinder block wall here, I feel like I could punch
punch
through
right through
it.
it. It reminds me of a
Try
quote
here.
from
So it's- I don't-
Real
well, no,
Genius,
there's
but I
people in
won't repeat it here.
Oh,
Oh, on that side,
People in there, yeah, on the drywall.
So here-
it's not cinder
yeah.
blocks
And you
either.
like grab someone by
There
the
are
neck
people
through the
meeting over
wall.
All right, I'm going to do it anyway, though.
No.
Put your mic by it.
What?
Put your
Are you
mic by
actually
it.
going to punch it?
Yeah, I'm going to punch the wall.
Is this a good idea?
Yeah, let's. I don't know. I'm not
is it a
approving.
good idea? No, of course it's not a good idea, but
I dented it.
Yeah, that's bad.
Somebody's
I did not
gonna
approve
welcome to
that.
the last of the podcast.
I did not
Beyond.
approve that, and I was too far away to stop you. All right, let's get into
It's
the
just
news.
a little knuckle dent. Now, look at all these other dents in it. You couldn't even
Oh,
tell.
yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
But that's the other one.
Wow, did you actually do that?
This one right
That's
here.
really
Yeah. All right,
impressive.
give me your phone. I'll
Is
do
No,
it-
it doesn't matter.
I'll twit pick it.
We'll do it later.
We'll
all
twit
right,
pick.
here. All right, we'll get that in a little bit. We'll do that for the show.
I
All
say-
right, let's get into the news. First off, people that watch Hulu on
Is
PS3
your
Yeah.
hand okay?
can't do it anymore.
Nope, screwed.
Hulu doesn't
over.
play on the PS3
Yeah,
anymore.
no.
The dream's dead. There are rumors that, or I don't know if it's a rumor that Sony has patented this, but apparently Sony has patented a patent for software backwards compatibility on the PS3, basically.
Yeah.
Which is, here's the weird thing. So it's a motion engine or whatever PS2 software, running on the cell. Sony owns all of these things. Or certainly the PS2, so why would they even need to patent their own technology?
Well,
Sam knows.
because it's going to be running on the cell chip, right? But that's shared. That's a joint venture through IBM and Toshiba and Sony, right? So
Sure,
if it's going to be, so they could put, if they get it all working and up and running, anything that has a cell could technically also be a PS2. So if they end up pushing out with the whole PlayStation Network as a
Gotcha.
download service for PS2 games later on down the road.
So the patent says that you can only run it on the PS3.
Exactly. It's
Gotcha, okay.
specifically set up so that they can break apart stuff and run it on the cell.
I
There
like
it
how
is.
Sam knows all these little details.
No.
When you only sleep 3 hours a night. It's
That's
easy to keep
pretty
up
much
on
it,
everything.
yeah.
Continuing with rumors, there are more rumors for the PlayStation 3 Slim.
Yes.
So, I believe Japanese magazine called the Economic Daily News Report is saying that Hanhai Precision Industry Company is one of 3 companies that are producing the PlayStation 3 Slim. They are doing most of the order. They're doing the bulk of it, but they are one of 3. And the rumor says that they are scheduled for shipment in July. Hey, guess what? We're in
Oh,
July.
my God.
So, my God,
In
it's
the
right on
July.
top of us. If this is real,
What if it was like, that's what they did on July 4th to celebrate independence?
that would actually be kind of awesome.
Here's my favorite part about
freedom!
Here's the best part about the Slim, is that technically it could already be in the room with us, but it's just sideways.
That's right. You can't see it.
It's so slim, and they could be here right now.
It's like
and
Kate
that's what they do.
Moss.
On July 4th, somebody goes around and just turns them all around like, they've been here the whole time. You didn't have to dream or take
just start
photos from
exploding.
Japan.
I want to be the guy whose job it is to travel
July
around the
4th,
world and flip every PS3 Slim in the world.
Good luck with that. So yesterday on the official PlayStation blog, What's up, Jeff? The couple of folks from Naughty Dog, namely Evan Wells and Amy Hennig, came
Was
over
that
to. That was Monday.
Okay.
Monday. Or Tuesday. I don't know. I'm off. It doesn't matter. Sometime during this week.
Time doesn't matter.
Get
Whenever
your
it was.
math. You can't get time.
Whenever you can't.
It ends in day.
All of this news is still relevant because the game is not out yet, so it doesn't matter when this happened.
Okay.
Anyway, but there a bunch of we have all the news on the site. You can also go to the PlayStation blog to read it, but read it on our site so we get page views. But one of the kind of cool bits of information that came out of it is that there will be a second multiplayer beta/demo, or whatever you want to call it, for the game before it comes out. So it's kind of unclear as to whether this is going to be a beta where they're going to take back stuff and use it to enhance, which they've already done for the first one. So now there's like skill level matching and stuff like that in the game. But so it's unclear if this is going to be a beta to where they use it to enhance the game, or if it's just going to be basically a demo when it's already been locked down, essentially right before it comes out. But we are going to get more of that, which is pretty cool.
Looks like it's maybe a stress test or like an open beta, because it does say closed beta on the download that everybody got in on before.
Correct.
So maybe they're just
the new
gonna
one doesn't
roll
say
it out.
whether it's completely open, but Evan did say that if you didn't get into the one before, you should not have a problem getting into this one.
Sweet.
So even if it is closed, it's going to be closed to, I'm assuming, 100,000 people or whatever.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
Hopefully people can get in, because it is lots of fun.
Yeah. Continuing the IGN trend of killing companies, Damnation Team has been fired.
Oh no.
Blue Omega Entertainment
Pat
is
me on
gone.
the back, Ryan.
Yeah. So that happened.
Next, I'm going to review Zac Efron.
There you go. Oh, please do.
Oh.
And Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, no, Shia LaBeouf. He was
Yeah.
in Even Stevens. That was a good show.
Great. And then the last piece of news that I'll mention this week is that there is some DLC coming to SOCOM this summer.
Oh, my God.
Does anyone care? Or
People that play SOCOM care.
I guess.
Yes.
Also, the team that makes SOCOM, Slant 6, they care because they're making
True.
it. There you go. There's the end of the news. Oh, let's see what we got left in the show.
We're almost done. Is
Yeah,
it
we're
time
on
for
to
the
the end
song?
of the show. It's time for the song. No,
You know,
I'm bored today. I don't know what games to play. Greg, how can I find games on the shelf?
If it's not, you listen to good place on the rest it is.
By the way, we are not drunk.
PS3 gets
Yes.
Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Blas Blue,
wow.
Call of Juarez. PSP gets Harry
That
Potter,
hurt my throat a little bit.
Steambot Chronicles Battle Tournament. PS2 gets Harry Potter and Ice Age.
Let's see this list here. Let's
nice.
run through these, see what we've played, what we
Nice,
thought of them.
nice.
Has anybody played Ice Age? No, you're going to start
I
playing
need to go to
it.
the mall today and get
You're
it.
going to go get it. What is this? HP?
Harry Potter and the Half-Blood
Oh, okay.
Prince.
You
played
reviewed
that?
that. What'd you think?
It's a good game for a Harry Potter fan. You get to run around Hogwarts. The combat's better than it was before. Potion making's fun.
There you
get
go.
to fly.
Blaze Blue, Ryan, you didn't like the game at all, did you?
No, it's terrible, obviously. It's amazing.
You gave it a 9.4?
9.4. Highest score I've given at this company
The
so
internet's
far.
exploded.
Wow.
Call of Juarez, I have not played it myself, but Jeff was playing it
playing
yesterday.
it on my desk.
Seems to like it a fair bit, except that the PS3 one,
Gave it a 7.5, which is lower than every other version because there are checkpoints in the level when it'll start.
A lot of them.
Yeah, it will be like, start loading something or whatever. And whereas in the other games, it just pops up and says checkpoint, and the little dial spins, which is the revolver.
Yeah.
In PS3, it freezes. So
And
you're
it-
playing
So
checkpoint.
it just halts.
You you hang for like it's like
It's
a
like
good
5 or 10 seconds.
5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Then you go, and it really breaks up the pacing of the game.
yeah.
That sucks.
And these are not like a checkpoint, like they kind of, everybody complained about Half-Life 2, but usually you'd be inside of a tunnel or something.
Yeah,
so
they
it'd be
did a
kind
really good job breaking
This
that up.
was like you're in the middle of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
level and it happens.
You just killed somebody. You turn a corner and
Guarantee
Yeah.
you it's better than the Ratatouille load screens where you would jump in mid-platform and it would go to a completely separate
true.
load screen, and then you'd come out of the load screen and fall to your death.
Okay, that's worse.
Yes.
But let's see.
Oh,
PSP, Harry
Ratatouille,
Potter,
that was the
Steambot
worst game
Chronicles.
ever.
Sam, you've been playing Steambot.
Yeah.
How is it?
It's decent. It's if you like the PS2 ones, then it's sort of a little bite-sized version of that. But there's a lot of repetition.
There you go.
We'll find out more about the
So those are pretty much all the games. Then also, Ryan, let's get to you first because I know there's at least one game hitting the PSN today. What do you got from Zombie Blognack?
Are we going here with the update?
Let's hear it.
is this where I get my surprise?
Yes, at the end of this. So, there's a new episode of Core. I know all you guys really
Yes.
care about that. Punisher, No Mercy,
That's what I was
releases
referring
today launches today for $9.99. There are also some add-ons today. We have High Velocity Bowling, Little Big Planet, Motorstorm, Pacific Rift, Cross Edge, Guitar Hero Rock Band, Quantum of Solace, and Tiger Woods. There's some DLC for all of those, according to Rubenstein. Correct. For the PSP today, we have Capcom Classics Collection Remixed, I want to say.
Yeah, remixed.
That launches today. Mind
for
Quiz.
PSP only.
mind quiz.
Mind quiz? Does anyone know what that is?
It's a quiz for your mind.
Well, I guess so.
I just described it
Splinter
perfectly.
Splinter Cell Essentials.
For the PSP?
Someone calling? I hear a
next
phone
door
ring.
there.
Oh, okay. Wow, they really can hear us then, huh?
Yeah.
Also, there's some rock band unplugged tracks coming. Now, here's the little surprise for you today.
Okay.
This is quote from Rubenstein.
Okay.
I'm curious to see what it is, end quote. Then he references the Farmer's Daughter PS3 theme.
Oh man.
Is that one of the premium themes with
It's
the
gotta be, right?
bikini babes they
So
always
I'm
have?
assuming that if you want to see some scantily clad Southern belles on your PS3, that's what you're
Daisy
going to do.
Dukes.
is
You're going to go
download
get.
that.
So,
Rope, I'm an expense that.
all right, fine. Pick of the week, clearly
do.
based on review scores, and Ryan's choice is Blaze
Ryan's
Blue.
absolute opinion.
There you go, it's Blaze
Which
Blue.
shatters all
I've-
other
Stab
opinions.
us all in the eyes.
So
if
I've
we
only
don't-
I've only played it for maybe 15 minutes, but Ryan, you and I played some online stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm not a
You
huge.
beat me once or twice.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fighting game fan, but I thought that it was very, very enjoyable. The
Yeah.
game looks great. It's very fast. Controlled super responsive. Online was perfect when we played it, at least. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that pick.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal game.
There we go.
I pretty much encourage everyone to buy
The
it.
Wheel of Fate is turning.
There you go.
Rebel 1.
Trophy tips. And we got any tips?
Still not as good as
Heaven or hell, do or what?
That was my favorite.
If you're moderately good at Fight Night, there's plenty of trophies there for you.
There you
You
go.
can get silver just by beating.
Are you moderately good? Are you?
I'm moderately
You
good,
are?
yes.
You're better than moderate.
I want to go that far. We had a tournament. Ooh, I can't talk about. We had a Fight Night tournament here.
Yeah,
I didn't
things
go
happen.
deep into it.
Yeah,
That's all I'll say. But I got a whatever.
You
I
did some
won't
stuff.
complain about my draw.
You threw some punches.
I played well, but then you run up against a guy who reviewed the game on a site.
Yeah.
And that's trouble. He had how many hours?
Yeah.
I can beat anybody in the office on SmackDown.
Just the
sure.
tip.
Let's do
It's
that.
true.
There you go.
Because I will never play that game.
All right, if anybody doesn't have any more trophy tips, anybody? No, moving on. All right, we're going to get to topic of the week now. I'm very excited about this. So here's what happened. On yesterday, if you follow me on Twitter or you read my Facebook crap or whatever,
my Facebook crap.
I went on there and I said, and we didn't really have a topic of the week picked out, and I didn't see anything exciting to immediately jump to mind. So I said, if you guys have any suggestions for topic of the week, send them in. So I got a bunch of replies on both Facebook and Twitter, and people sent in all kinds of stuff. So what I thought, instead of choosing one of the topics, what I did was I put them all on a sheet of paper, cut them out in strips, and we put them in a what is this
Marvel Saga hat. It's a Wii game.
So it's inside. So
You'll remember it from Comic-Con.
all the topics are inside of this hat.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the room, and somebody will draw a topic, and that person gets to talk about that topic for give or take about 2 minutes.
Are you gonna? It should be timed.
It's not going to be exact because it'll be like you have to read the question and then whatever.
Alright.
It'll be rough 2 minutes. But here's the thing: only that person. So I'm the only one that's even seen these questions, and only the person who draws the question can talk about it unless they're wrong. So if Ryan gets a question and he's saying that Gran Turismo is flying cars, I can jump in and say that's incorrect.
It does. I've seen it.
But otherwise, Ryan gets to talk about whatever the topic is for 2 minutes.
Yep.
Are they questions or just topics? Is it going to be as
Both.
vague? Okay.
There is one at least that's a straight up question that could have
Okay.
been in the questions, but I
Okay.
left it in this thing.
All right.
So you can basically talk about whatever you want when you go there.
Got it. It's like an
Let's
improv
start
class.
with Sam. Let's start with Greg, and we'll come back
All
around.
us fat guys look alike, don't we?
I don't know. I was going to start with Sam, and I said no. Let's start with you.
All right, I got one.
Let's see what you
I
get.
got a
So
bunch.
it has each strip has the person's name and then the question. So read their name.
Oh, this is a good one for me. All right, good. PSN Fiend asked, how about the topic of the week tomorrow is the Uncharted movie?
There you go.
Thank you.
I like this one.
PSN
Wow,
Fiend. I
that
tore
was
it in half
perfect
so
for you.
we don't get it cropped.
Good.
I'm very worried about this. I don't want to say 100% against it, but I'd say 90% against it, 99%. It's not that I hate video game movies. You know what I mean? Yeah, we haven't seen a really good one done. You know what I mean? Like, there's not. I can't think off the top of my head of one that's just amazing. That was just a great movie. You're like, oh yeah, and it was a great game. Doom sucked. Mario Brothers sucked. I mean, we can go down the list and do this. House of the Dead sucked. We can do this all day long on movies that just don't work. And it's not that I don't have faith in them doing this. I just think that Uncharted was so perfect a franchise by itself. I think that the way that they combine the voice actors with the motion capture and how they bring everything together makes those characters so real and so identifiable that when I play that game, And when I get excited for Uncharted 2, I am excited because I know those characters so well. Everybody who listens to the podcast know how much I love a great story and how much I like to be connected to it. And when I played those games, like, I was hanging on what was happening to those characters in Uncharted. And that's why, like, spoiler alert, at the end of Uncharted, when, like, when Nathan and Elena lean in to kiss and then get broken up, I was like, because I'd been waiting for that moment. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it had played like a pulp adventure. You knew the crescendo moments are going to be there, and they broke them up right there. I was like, damn it. But still, they got to go off in the sunset. Whenever I do those interviews now, I'm like, I can't wear, or when I was doing them, where's Elena, yada, yada, yada. It's because I care so much about those characters. And it's almost to the point where I don't like watching the behind-the-scenes stuff or meeting people in real life. You know what I mean? Like, I talked to Nolan North and the girl who does Elena before, and I met him at Comic-Con. I feel like Nolan North's an identifiable name, but thank you. Yes, Emily Rose. Anyways, I met him at Comic-Con, and it was like, all right, cool. I don't want to talk or see you too long. Like, you are a standalone person in my mind of what, like, Nathan Drake's Nathan Drake. You know what I mean? Like, and Elena's Elena, and Sully's Sully. I don't want to think now. It's like, well, who should play them? And it's like, well, technically maybe Nolan North should play him, but I mean, he won't. Obviously, that's not what they're gonna do. And then it's gonna be like, I don't want to see some other person playing this character. It's not like Superman where he changes over all the time. There's a million different iterations of what he looked like. Not to mention, like, even if they were gonna make like a Ratchet and Clank movie, like, the games look different when they were on PS2. You know what I mean? Like, it's a startup PS3 franchise. Looks great. I don't think it should happen.
There you go. Very good. Ryan, let's continue. You are number 2.
That was a really good one, and now I don't want to follow that.
Tell me about Gran Turismo.
I will pose this question for another date and time, though.
Okay.
Animated movie CG of Uncharted done by somebody else. They could use the same characters.
Maybe the guys that did the commercial.
We will leave that for another time. Ryan, what do you got there?
All right. Yes.
See,
another
this is going
one.
good so far.
This is going
I like
really well.
it. People aren't going to
So
believe
this is from Apaniza. Kind of looks like a panini, except combined with a pizza.
I like
Sounds
it.
really good.
Oh my God.
Anyway, topic of the week suggestion from this gent or lady is music games and DRM.
Yeah.
So I like this topic, except the DRM because I don't actually know about like the technical aspects of it. However, let's talk about music games. As everybody knows here, I was royally. Why are you laughing already? Don't laugh. This is my time. This is my time to shine. All right.
Sorry.
All right, here we go. So, as everybody knows, I was royally sick of plastic instruments. When I originally started with music games, one of the first music games I played was Amplitude, as I always talk about on the podcast and how much I like that game. So I kind of became a harmonics fan, just really enjoyed them, really believed in what they did and how they combine music with visuals so well. It's not just that it's fun to play, but it's also combining what you're seeing with what you're listening, and it's sort of a complete sensory experience. So I was really behind them. I really behind them with Guitar Hero, and then I got really behind them with Rock Band, even though I never actually purchased it because it was very expensive. And then I got totally sick of it all, and I didn't buy anything recently. I am a huge Beatles fan, and I'm not even excited about the Beatles game just because it's still using the same set of peripherals. But I am super excited about DJ Hero, as we've talked about before, because I am a total whore for, I can say that on the air, right? I am a total whore for electronic music and mixing up of different songs, even though Sam hates it and talks about how it's the downfall of music. I love it, and I'm excited to have a turntable because I used to play this arcade game in college. I think it was just I forgot if it was a Beatmania game or a something with stage in it. I forgot. However, it had a scratching disc and also like piano keys on the side. And it was a big arcade cabinet. And my friend and I used to go there in this little arcade at our school all the time after dinner and play. And we would have DJ names and we would battle and it would be awesome. And then people would walk by and give us weird looks, even though there was all these crazy DDR kids that would always play DDR behind us. So we could never hear our awesome electronic music because friggin' Butterfly and, Samurais were like, battling it out over there. That's what DDR music is about. As for the DRM, it's bad. I want to be able to copy my music around if that's what they're talking about. But I think it's actually getting better because, unless I'm mistaken, this is where people can correct me, I think the iTunes store is starting to have songs that are purchasable.
You can. iTunes Plus doesn't have DRM.
So there's no DRM, and I think that's great. I understand why it exists, but I wish there was a little bit of leeway.
Yeah. As a cool little piece of trivia that I'll add onto the other thing, because you were talking about harmonics. Harmonics was started not with the intention of making video games, but bringing music to everybody. And then they figured out how to do that, and they said the best way to do it was through video games. Mm-hmm. So their original, we're going to start this company to bring music to everyone. there you go.
Enable
Sam,
anybody to make their own music.
Sam, it is your turn.
Oh,
What does
man.
the
I'm
what
excited.
does the marble hat bring you?
Oh man, let's see here. Oh, all right.
Is this
Oh,
working for you too?
These are all turning out pretty nicely, I think.
All right.
Snack Pack with 2 Ks at the
Oh, we
end.
like him.
Asked about the PS2 emulator and how soon we should release it. PS2 game download only or firmware update for all who have PS2 games to use. Everybody should get it. Everyone should get the emulator when it comes out. If it is such that it makes it easier or better to play the games on the system, I think it's going to be awesome. Because right now all the PS3 does is just upscale stuff. If they could re-render it, higher resolutions, smoother frame rates, that kind of stuff, seeing games like Shadow of the Colossus running at like 60 frames a second and 1080p would be So yeah, I think they should do it as a firmware update. Or just a software update that gets pushed to everybody's system, and that way, no matter who buys the system down the road, if something breaks, whatever, they're all going to kind of have the same experience, which is good. I think it's probably how they'll end up doing it. But for me, the bigger thing is just seeing what kind of stuff they're going to put up on the store. Because the PlayStation 1 store, or the stuff that's out there right now for the PS1, is a little bit on the limited side. It's getting better, but you know. But the PS2 has probably the best library in history for games.
Yeah.
So being able to see or being able to download some of those games, especially ones that were kind of low and like out of print, would be awesome. But as far as the emulator stuff, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not a whole lot more to say than that. Yeah, it should be released to everybody.
There you go.
Yay.
Let's see
All
what I
right,
draw
doing
from
so
this
well.
list.
I hope you get a really hardcore JRPG question.
Here goes. This one is from Ryan. He said, not you,
All
some
right.
other Ryan. He says, you
believe you.
guys should talk about your favorite PSX games, PlayStation 1, and which one should go on the PSN store. Talk about the obscure ones.
Look, it just jumped
Fits
on
in
me.
nicely.
My first one, which we included into our fake PSP press conference or whatever from a year or two ago, Vib Ribbon.
Yeah.
I want to see Vib Ribbon go on the thing. That would be pretty rad. I would like to see games like Insomniac's first shooter Disruptor. Just kind of like the origins of some of these companies. I think that would be kind of a cool thing to do. You kind of break it up and say like, look at this, this team's first games. Put the original Twisted Metals. Of course, that's not an obscure game, but something like that on there. There was was that Jumping Flash. That would be kind of cool to see.
out.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah. And I don't know. It's been. I mean, obviously, like Final Fantasy VII's already on there. There's a bunch of other cool stuff you can get. Although I'm fairly removed from the PS1 these days, so I don't remember exactly. I don't have a huge memory of what's on there. What would actually be kind of cool, just for a little historic thing, is when you got the PS1 originally, it came with a little. It was like a demo disc that didn't have demos on it, but it was like, look at the power of what this thing could do. Some people might remember that when the GameCube was coming out, Nintendo had a little dolphin thing, and so it's called the Dolphin. And it was kind of similar for the PlayStation 1, where they had, the one I remember specifically was a T-Rex, and you could turn him around in 3D and you can look at him and stuff. And by comparison, the stuff that came out at the end of the system, it sucked. But it was kind of cool. Up to that point, you're playing 2D games and you get this disc and has, let's spin this thing around. And they, kind of had similar stuff during conferences and stuff for the PS2. It'd be kind of cool to like show that off and be like, here are the like earliest stuff that you could see on the PS1, and look at where we've come today. So there we go. Greg, you are up again.
It's like Russian roulette.
One of these will kill you.
One question, we're like, oh, why did I draw this?
I'm excited. Is this the
We
one
might have
question?
already covered this, but Corkadog says PS3 Slim, period.
Oh.
As I said, they're already in the room.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for the PS3 Slim. I mean, I will not buy one, but my main problem right now is that
You're not going to buy one because you already have one.
correct. Yeah, sorry.
Not a slim. You already have it.
It's already in
Maybe
the room.
he does.
It's in the room. We all do.
Are we done now?
Just trying to
I thought I
correct
was
you.
allowed to talk. That wasn't. I wasn't wrong.
You were
People aren't
unclear.
retarded. He's already got a PS3 Slim. Oh my God!
Have you read our readers' post?
We're going to San Francisco, honey. We're gonna see this thing.
Grab all 6 kids. Let's do this.
I'll give him 2 bits and he'll show it to me. Yeah, sorry to own it, but I'm still excited because I'm hoping that'll bring about the price drop. You know what I mean, and hopefully a jump in firmwares as far as what the PS3 can do, but mainly the price drop because it sucks that it has such a poor penetration right now. That there are so few friends outside of the industry that, for me, that have a PS3. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it's not like my non-super gaming friends are like, oh, look at my 360s, blah blah blah. But it'd still be nice to see, like, show them Uncharted or show, like, when I have people over and we start playing SingStar or we do it run a buzz, like, this is awesome, blah blah. I'm like, yeah, you should get it. Like, no way, I'm not paying all this just to do that. You know what I mean? It's like, I understand that. So it'd be nice to see that move, so that there's an option out there for people who are mildly interested to be in it, or even like, now that. Hopefully with a price drop, in the fact that, HD TVs are taking off, you'd have more people even going, oh, I need a Blu-ray player. I should really get into it. Now this is that much cheaper. I can do it right there, blah, blah, blah. So I'm very pro PS3 Slim. I think they're in the room with me right now.
Ryan, delve into the hat.
I have
The hat of mystery.
I have the question.
This is kind of like the thing from Harry Potter where the hat tells you what house you're going to be in.
Okay, we've sort of gone into this already. Also,
We'll maybe take a different direction then.
okay, Vincent I think you've tried to pronounce this name before. Also, this is very
Baristed?
difficult. What's that?
Baristed?
No. How about the increasing trend of downloading old games for new profit?
Yeah, so I would say talk about rehashing them, or just kind of like throwing them on the store without,
Yeah, here's the thing, is that I am all for putting classics on the... I owned a PS1, and I had a bunch of games for it. I don't have a lot of them anymore because I was a stupid little kid, and I was like, I'm going to sell my old games and get money for them.
No, you're smart.
And that was a stupid idea because now you have to buy those games for like $100 for like the classics and stuff on eBay and whatnot. So even though I had that system, I'd still buy some of those. Don't start laughing. I'd still buy some of that stuff on the PlayStation Store because I like owning these classic games. I like being able to think, whenever I want to play Final Fantasy VII or whatever else, I can go on my PlayStation 3 and play it, even though I have an original copy of Final Fantasy VII still, and it's in good shape too. But it's free money for Sony, so I'm glad that it seems like they are picking up the pace. As this user says, it is an increasing trend of them starting to put more PlayStation classics on the store, and I hope they continue to do so because it's free money. The only thing that's the only work that seems to have to put into it is scanning the manual and putting it in the as viewable PDF or whatever format it's in, and. Yeah, I don't know.
Very good.
That's really all I have to say.
Sam, delve into the hat.
The hat knows all. And the hat says... you guys should talk... let's see. It is... I can't tell if that's a J.
Let me
I
see
think
this
it's
one.
a J, right?
I think so. Edge Sponge.
Edge Sponge 61 says, you guys should talk about the effect of rumors on Sony.
That's interesting.
That is an interesting topic.
Spoiled their
actually.
E3.
It did kind of ruin parts of E3. If they had actually been able to announce all the stuff that they announced without anyone knowing about it, that would have been a lot more impactful. Having the PSP Go finally be revealed in all its glory, the fact that GT is going to be there day and date when it came out, that it totally did exist. A lot of that stuff was already known just because it had been leaked. So I think they do need to clamp down a little bit on some of the stuff that gets out. The problem is it's a lot of fun to hear about rumors beforehand. It's, especially if there's a backup to some of the stuff or the story kind of deepens as people start internet detectivizing. And and so it sucks. The fact that Sony is in a position right now where they're on the bottom and people either want them to crash and burn horribly or somehow make a big comeback means that there's a vested interest in just seeing what's going to happen to them or for them in the future. So if they don't lock things down, then they're not going to have the kind of punch to a lot of their announcements that they may have had in the past. And when the PSP, the original PSP, was first announced, it was big. It was really big. Everyone just kind of thought that, oh well, Nintendo's screwed now. Sony's actually getting into the handheld game. So I don't know. I would like for them to clamp down on things a little bit, and especially because of the way things are set up now, where it's E3 kind of middle of the year, mid-ish of the year, Gamescom, whatever it's called, a couple months later, and then TGS. That's a fairly steady rollout of news, and as long as those things can still be big impact events, then it's actually worth waiting for, getting excited about. There's one single time that or 3 times, that that something big is going to happen, and you can look forward to it. Now it's kind of like, maybe stuff will come out whenever. So.
Yeah. Let's see what I draw.
Oh, man.
Marvel Saga.
This one comes from Ty Hill. He says, you guys should talk about your favorite classic games you want to have remade, like Bionic Commando. I'm going to take this from anywhere.
Remade.
Yeah,
okay.
Bionic Commando. He says Smurfs ColecoVision. I think actually one kind of really cool game that could be brought back, just it'd be really, really niche people that kind of latched onto, but if it was made well, it could be cool, was Haunted House from the Atari. You bring back that idea of you can't fight anything and you can barely see anything, and you walk around, you're trying to collect stuff and then get out of the house, and there's just creepy stuff coming around you. If you had that kind of set up with, you had like a dynamic environment that was randomly generated every time you played, and maybe you could play co-op and you could talk to people and be like, where are you? I got the lantern or whatever we need. Meet me over here. Blah blah blah. That could actually be kind of a little cool co-op thing. Sort of. Well, I'm not even gonna mention it, but that could be kind of neat. What else would be cool? This was already kind of happened, but because Sid Meier kind of brought back Pirates, but I'd love to see that kind of redone as Pirates 2, full on, as taking it from the ground up and kind of treat it like Civilization, bring it to the modern day. The remake was pretty cool, but Pirates is still my favorite game ever, so I'd like to see that redone. And I don't know. I'm kind of surprised very much. This isn't really a Sony thing, but I'm surprised that Nintendo is not going crazy with Rad Racer. Where is Rad Racer? Do it in 3D, man. Very arcadey. Make it kind of like
Sidetrack.
Well, no, I was gonna say the Sega game. Outrun. Make it kind of like Outrun, but make it good. So. Anyway, there you go. Let's do one more quick round. Let's keep these ones fast. Greg, go for it.
We got it. Now we're dropping them.
Yes, do it for a minute.
Oh,
we'll go fast and wrap up and get to the reader questions.
Jeez. Do we have to do this one? Okay.
Just do it fast.
Free Man, and will software backwards compatibility on PS3 for non-launch systems come soon? Will it upscale better than 80 gig systems? It might come soon. We've rumored it and talked about it in the thing, and we've talked about it in this, I think, as well, haven't we?
Yes. Yeah, that was perfect.
So hopefully it's coming through this update or the patent they have or whatever. So keep your fingers crossed. Knock on wood. PS3 Slims in the room. Look up.
Ryan. That cause.
Wait. Oh, that's the one.
That Marvel Saga.
Soragon writes, and I kid you not, why the F does Ryan have an earring? Seriously.
Nice.
So,
it's kind of good you got this one then.
First, Soragon. Correction, I have two earrings. I have two earrings in the same ear in my left ear. There's a stud and a ring. And the reason that I have these earrings is because I actually love, even though I'm a geek, I love tattoos and piercings. I think they're awesome. I would
Geeks
get
don't
more,
like those usually?
Well, I think that, the average nerd doesn't really think about that sort of thing.
It's more bikers.
Like bikers?
Bikers
Are there
and,
bikers
and Jane's
still?
Yeah,
Addiction.
anyway. It's like us.
No, I don't know. There's something about it. I really love it. I would get more, except getting piercings involves needles, technically, because you do have to have like the needle gun to get the piercing. And I have this weird condition where I basically pass out every time I have a needle.
Did you pass out when you
close
got
to
your
me.
earrings done?
Almost. I had to just be lying down, and then I usually don't pass out as long as I'm lying down. But I think they're awesome. Also, I was inspired by one character in Advent Children. Now I'm unfortunately forgetting his name. Who's the bald guy, Sam?
Mr. Clean.
Rude?
No, it's
One of the Turks, or?
Yeah, he's one of the Turks. Forgot his
Root?
name. Root. Yeah. Root. I thought you said Root.
Oh, no.
And I was like, not
Like
Ty
Ty
Root.
Rude.
He has about 400 earrings on his one of his ears, and I thought that was badass.
All
Very
right.
good.
The hat.
Sam, your last to go.
My last go from the hat. What?
This one sounds good already.
Yeah,
What is
Betty
it?
Knights. No, it's just we've already covered this. Topic of the week: will backwards compatibility in the PS3 Slim be enough to turn things around for Sony? Fine.
Wait. That's actually
That
a
is a
good
good
question.
question, yeah.
Is it enough to turn it around for Sony?
Yeah. That stuff by itself, I don't know. No, I don't think so. Although if they can launch it, like I was saying before, with a really comprehensive suite of games that you can download, and for cheap, same prices like PS1 stuff, $10 or so, it would be awesome. It would essentially mean that you buy PS3 and then you have the best of the past two generations of games, plus all the stuff that's come out, and they've done a really, really good job of pushing a lot of great games out for the PS3 now. It's just the system's too expensive. So if you get access to all of that stuff, or a very, very significant portion of it, it would be freaking awesome. And I don't know if it would turn it around, but it would certainly help them Well, no, it would turn things around. Yeah.
The last question that I will answer comes from Dylan MMC. Topic of the week: Can you download? You can download Xbox games on a 360, but you can't get PS2 games on the PSN. What's the deal?
This is all people care about.
Amazing.
Yeah, well, it's because the big news is backwards compatibility. Well, the main reason is because there is no software backwards compatibility thing yet. You can't do it. Obviously, everyone would like to see it. Everyone wants to see Eco and Shadow of the Colossus and
Smugglers
Twisted
Run
Metal.
games.
Smugglers Run for Greg, but Twisted Metal Black. I mean, there's a lot of games that people want to see. Hell, Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hell, they released Final Fantasy 10 and 12. There's another ridiculous amount
I mean,
of money.
the number of awesome PS2 games that could be released is crazy.
What, Sam?
Oh, 10 through 12?
10 and 12.
Oh, 10 and 12.
Let's not forget about God of War 1 and 2.
Yes.
Of course.
But I mean,
Even though those
so
games suck.
Oni.
there is a lot of money to be made, I think, by releasing these things on there as soon as the emulator's done. I don't think it's a question of that Sony doesn't want to do it. It's a question of Sony can't do it because they don't have the software stuff right now. Ta-da!
And just I guess I didn't get the other second part of this thing. The Slim is absolutely crucial right now to them driving down the price, to attracting new customers. So yeah, I do think it'll turn things around. I just don't know how much.
Ryan looks like he's making a potion with the little
Do you
piece
think
of
the
paper that he's
Slim
cut up
is
over there.
going to still be $400 and then they'll just sell the old systems for cheaper?
I think that. So because the Slim represents a cheaper way to make the system itself, they're going to try and pass
it'll
that
be
on.
cheaper? All
Yeah.
right.
Well, I think what's going to happen is they're going to announce.
That's the logical thing. Let's see if that
this
happens.
is true. I think at Gamescom they're going to
Like
announce
that
that
news.
it's a worldwide $300 price drop or $100 price drop to $300, and then to clear the retail channel of all the old systems, and then at GDC, not GDC, TGS.
Yeah.
Yep, it's out here. It's coming out next week.
Okay, that brings it into that. Please write in and let us know what you thought of how that worked or whatever. Maybe we can tighten it up or something. But I think the idea was pretty cool. When we randomly do, if there's a big topic for the week, obviously we'll just do we'll focus on the one thing. But the random weeks we don't have anything crazy to talk about. This is kind of a cool idea. I will be posting and saying, hey, send some topics my way. So you can follow me on Twitter. It's Chris_Roper. I'll probably do it the same way rather than going on the boards, and then we'll just get random stuff. It'd be kind of cool. Anyway, getting on to reader mail.
Mail call! It's time for
Mail
mail.
mail.
I am
Don't
acting
get
right
caught in the maelstrom.
It's good.
Mailus.
WS002, who got a question asked during the Uncharted live chat. I noticed you, WS002. He said, what's going on with Fat Princess?
Yeah, what is going on with that
It's
Princess?
in development.
Still coming out this summer. That's the official line. They are staying the course. Look for it this summer.
Stay the course.
Stay on target.
Yeah, there you go. My name is Rye. He wrote in once and said how to pronounce it. Now I'm trying to remember that instead of just saying
what
it.
was the original way that you tried to pronounce it?
Minimisiri, I don't know. It's
It was
my name is
better
Rye.
than that, though.
What do you guys think about GTA Chinatown Wars coming out on the PSP? Will they totally revamp the graphics, and what about the controls?
Craig Harris and I have a KFC bet riding on this.
Ooh.
I say they will not revamp it. He
right.
he thinks it's going to be put into the Liberty City Stories engine, and I think it'll just be the Chinatown engine. I think it's going to look the exact same. I think it'll have that cel-shaded kind of look to it.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
As far as the controls go, I would hope that they're.
I mean,
It's a different
have
system.
you played it?
No, not at all.
I mean, there's not a ton of
it's fun.
touch. I mean, there's I'm turning over the car engine, I'm breaking out the back window. You could easily get around that on the PSP and just have them drop into cutscenes and you have to do something with your button or whatever.
yeah.
Or just drop it all together and let you turn on the car.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, Captain Wilches writes it and he says, any news on additional content for Pixel Junk Monsters on another island, maybe?
Well, you're sort of getting that with Deluxe.
Booyah!
There
Buy
it
a
is.
PSP
On the
game,
PSP,
fool!
so-
Wait, I thought is it Deluxe or Encore? It's Deluxe.
It's Deluxe.
Deluxe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Encore,
Encore
was the
was the
Pixel
expansion.
Junk Monsters
Yeah.
Deluxe.
Yeah, you were getting an entirely new island, a whole bunch of new levels for that stuff, and there's that randomly generated thing too. So
Well, that was in the other one too, though. That
Was
was
it?
in Encore. Yeah.
what?
Was
it
it?
was? No,
Yeah,
was it?
That's
I
what they were
thought
telling
so.
me.
You typing a code?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm retarded, and I just totally missed
No,
that.
you don't be mean to yourself.
I hate me.
So there you
would
go.
you do
Buy the
that?
PSP
So
game.
Now here's the
Stupid.
question: do you think that once that comes out, they give it 3 months, they're gonna put up that island for download on PS?
Sounds likely.
Yes, very.
Hey,
likely.
I'm excited about Pixel Junk Shooter, by the way.
Yeah, it
Wanna
looks
throw
Should be.
out
It was
there.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I haven't even played it yet.
Deathly Hollows says, what do you guys think about the price, or what do you think the price point will be for for the full PSP Go games, downloadable stuff? The same as UMD, $40 seems quite steep for a portable game in the age of the iPhone, even in its very high quality. talking about the PSP Go games. Personally, like to see games like Resistance and MotorStorm retailing for $20, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I completely agree. I think the high-end stuff should be about $20, and you should be able to get. I'm hoping like their kind of App Store take and all those rumors are correct, and you can get small games, which would be really cool. The PSN, downloadable game variant for the Go. But yeah, I mean, $40 for a handheld, downloadable game seems kind of crazy. I mean, if you look and you go to Steam and you can download, Left 4 Dead for give or take about the same amount of money. It might even be, I don't know if it's on sale now, but let's say it's $50 for Left 4 Dead 2 or whatever later this year, and then you're paying $40, only $10 less for a game that doesn't look nearly as good, and it probably doesn't control as well and all that kind of crap on your PSP Go. It's like that price difference doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So
wait. So they're talking about. Maybe I've just misunderstood the question. They're talking about the difference between having a retail version and the PSN version?
Yeah, like how much did the downloadable version cost? And the other thing to remember too, before you even answer this, is that this cuts the middleman out. There is no GameStop to be dealt with here.
That's the problem. That's exactly the problem. Is that this thing is a digital download platform, and it scares the bejeebers out of GameStop. In fact, some of them, apparently they're freaking out about it, and they don't like the fact that this is even being introduced because, it's marked up a whole lot, so they make some profit on it, but they don't make any profit on those games, nor the used games. So to keep them happy, Sony has to keep the parity there. Because if they don't, then it's undercutting them, and they will just not stock stuff.
It's a very good point.
Which sucks, but that's and they have so much power that they can go. Well, we're also not going to stock PS3 stuff. We're not going to. So they have to keep them happy, and unfortunately, they're too big right now to not. I wish they would just implode. I cannot stand GameStop or their practices.
Quick side note.
Side note from
My
Cena.
throat is very dry and scratchy right now.
That's why I got to bring a drink
I
in.
don't know what it is.
That was awesome.
Nobody else can see that.
Ryan
I like it a lot.
Ryan Clemens just coughed up about 9 billion pieces of paper.
I like it.
That was very well done, sir.
Thank you.
Very good.
Old parlor trick that I.
You know what we
that
can
I
do
learned.
when this is over? I got the 3GS. I'll take the video, upload it to YouTube.
Okay.
Although I might have to make it a YouTube account. But anyway, we'll do that. and then I'll link
First
to it.
off, to make a YouTube account.
iMac says Beyond. He goes, the controls in Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops were so terrible that I had no interest in playing it. Are there any indications as to whether or not Peace Walker will share the same crappy controls?
What? They weren't that bad, Sam. Back me up.
Well,
here.
regardless, is Peace Walker going to have the same controls as Portable Ops?
They'll be refined, but they'll probably be the same.
Yeah, I would think very similar. Which it's something you have to get used to. Sure,
I say
but
grow a pair, iMac.
oh man,
Beyond Vampire Strike.
Hughes81 says he's not sure if any Beyond listeners play Steam games, but a lot of Counter. This is not a question so much, but I thought it was pretty cool. But but he plays a lot of Counter-Strike Source, so he formed a Steam group. I love Counter-Strike, which is why I'm saying this Counter-Strike Source. He's calling it the International League of Beyond.
Sweet.
So if you want to find their Steam group, go in there. It's a public group, but he wants PlayStation fans only. So there you go. Oh, you have spread the word.
The International League.
Black Mantle has a question. He says, with the number of blockbuster PlayStation games that were once landing in 2009 now either confirmed for 2010 or just expected then, would you be, are we happier or sadder about the less robust lineup this year than what we had maybe thought could have happened before, such as maybe if God of War was this year and stuff like that?
I guess God of War and GT are the only thing I
Well, no, but there was a lot of stuff that you were saying could be the end of this year. Now it's Heavy Rain, next year sometime. That doesn't have a date, but everybody's saying it's next year.
I would rather they take their time to make sure the games are good rather than having them hit in the holidays. And third parties are sort of picking up the slack. There's a lot of stuff. Modern Warfare 2. There's
Assassin's Creed. Right?
There you go. Assassin's Creed. Yep.
And here's the thing: is for me, Uncharted is going to be such a massive game.
Yep.
And let's say that I want to play through the single player twice, but the online is so fun that that's going to take up a lot of time. You've got Ratchet coming out this year, so you've got games across the board.
Yeah.
Both from first party and third party stuff. There's a ton of stuff coming out this year. It helps spread out a little bit. I mean, honestly, if it had been a fall lineup that had Uncharted and Ratchet and let's say God of War was somehow this year, and let's say somehow Heavy Rain was, one or two of those games would get killed, and that would not be fun.
Yeah.
So it's better to have them spread out.
And I love that games are finally spilling over into the new year.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the new year. So you have all that money you get from Christmas, all the stuff you traded in, and you can finally put that toward a game that you hopefully like and isn't crap or something. But normally that used to be the dumping ground for all the stuff. The first quarter was basically make sure that you get all the games out that you predicted as a publisher you were going to ship, and so you can hit those numbers and your stock price doesn't go down. Now it's actually awesome games. It just gives them that little 3-month buffer to make sure they're perfect.
Yep. Bredesen writes in, he says, any other word if Polyphony is going to go out all out this year at TGS like it has done in some years for Gran Turismo with a full-on cockpit demo setup to really show it off?
Boy, I think so.
There is no confirmation one way or the other about whether the game will be playable there. Obviously, it'll be shown somehow because they've already revealed it. But if it is playable, yeah, there's pretty much no doubt they will have a cockpit or whatever. If it's going to be, I don't know how many people saw the Forza setup from E3, but that was rad. They had this cockpit that moved, and they had 3 screens and stuff. I'm going to hope that Sony looks at that and says, we need to better that. And have, or at least have the same kind of thing. But I mean, even if it's just like the
really
steering wheel
cool.
in a cockpit with one screen, it'll still be awesome.
I hope it's not there. I'm going, and then I'd have to play, and I'm gonna not know how to shift. I'm gonna be all over in the gravel, not know what I'm doing.
Can you not drive stick?
No,
I can't either.
That's okay. All the
It's not that I
all the
can't.
wheels
I
now,
choose not to. The platforms progress. I don't want to go back to the 1920s.
Dude, it's so fun. It's the only way to drive.
I
Stick
can't-
is the only way to drive.
I
It's
hate driving
boring.
automatic.
No, well, there you
You
go.
think it's boring?
Yep.
It's crazy.
Boring? You're constantly doing something.
No. I'm sorry. No, I don't think it's boring. Driving the automatic, it's
No.
efficient. It's getting me where I need to be.
All right.
All I want out of a car is to go from point A to point B. I don't want any
you
work.
should
I don't
enjoy
want to
the
be.
drive. You should
wait a
enjoy the whole
second.
process.
Here's the
Look
thing.
at the RPMs are getting too high. I better punch my feet around.
That's the
and do
thing.
this.
Dude, all your power comes from high RPMs, and all your power comes from high RPMs, and the only way to get there in an automatic car is to floor it, and that's not what you always want. You might want to have it there while you're taking a corner, and then you can punch it, and you've already got your power right there at your feet.
I'm never running from the police. I don't. I'm trying to get a burrito. I just want to get out.
We live different lives, so
We're never going to have to go around a corner and punch it in my little Chevy Aveo. Me. That's the way my car sounds, by the way.
good.
We gotta get video of you playing that game.
Yeah. The
When we get it in, we should do that feature where I try to drive.
yeah. The
Greg
last
Miller plays Gran
last question
Turismo.
comes from Mage Rider, who says,
Mage Rider.
on the last podcast, we were discussing how we dislike the idea of having all these hidden trophies, such as in Blaze Blue and Dynasty Warriors. And he knows that we can understand why, but in his opinion, he thinks that it's done to encourage playing the game normally without having to worry about the extra goals, maybe distracting you to go look at the trophies and stuff like that. He likes that you play the game and basically, you get rewarded for doing stuff without you trying to do it. And that seems kind of a cool little thing. He just want to hear our opinions on that.
No,
I think
that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's a
I think it makes total sense.
totally
My
same.
problem with it is that I usually only can play through a game once.
Yeah.
And it's not because I can't drive myself to
Time.
the back. It's because there's so much to do. I mean,
Uncharted.
There's so many other games. Yeah, I played Uncharted more than a few times.
That you know what though, that was during a little bit too.
And
so-
yeah, exactly. But those are the rare
Lull.
cases. Like my Wolverine save got erased, right? So
Yeah.
now I gotta. And even if I hadn't, it'd be such a pain to have to go back and play all the way through hard again, or you know
Well,
what I mean, or
that's-
go back and find the one section I didn't find something in because there's no checkpoint. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
little stuff like that.
That's exactly it. If it's something where you can jump back and go back and get all that stuff, cool, no problem. I don't mind things being revealed at the end.
Yeah.
But if I have to, if
play
I
the
feel like I've
game.
wasted my time and I do want to get those trophies, and I only find out what the actual objective or the requirements are for them,
Yeah.
like once I'm past the point of no return, then that really frustrates me because I don't want to have to be able to go through something.
Like a good
exact same
example of how to do it, and we've talked about this, is Ghostbusters, whereas
Yeah.
it's broken up into chapters and there's a million checkpoints in there. So it's
Yeah.
like literally,
you can jump right to the thing you need to do.
oh, I need to find this water fountain. You find out where it is, and you can get there in like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Like it's not like at all like hard to find where you need to be for that.
There you go. That is the end of our reader mail. And somebody has anything to add? Ryan, do you have any notes from?
I do.
Oh no!
This was a pleasant surprise from Beast 786. They organized a Wipeout HD tournament, so it's nice to see that people are still
Pleasant.
supporting that game.
Excellent.
It was organized by Rascal. Well, that was an awesome
that's
face.
my pleasant face.
Oh, I liked it. Awesome. The winner of the Wipeout HD tournament was Link to the Past, 2 being the number
game.
2.
It's a great game.
And
It's my
thank you,
favorite Zelda.
Beast786. If you're interested in joining in on the PS3 community challenges, just hit up our boards and look for Beast786. So I'm sure we'll be happy to inform you on these challenges. Congrats, Link to the
On
Past.
that note, Wipeout, the Fury Pack for Wipeout HD is freaking awesome. It totally
Did it
changes
come
the way
out
that,
already?
No, I think it's still slated for
Yeah,
a little bit later.
I thought
right?
it
Hold
was.
on. Greg has just drawn an arrow on my sheet.
Oh no!
It points somewhere between Editor Beatdown and PSN Hit of the Week. I'm not sure what he's referring to. Let's just skip it. All right. No, what do you got?
I'm saying there is an editor beatdown this
Okay.
week. Kind of. It's a different take on editor beatdown.
Ooh.
As everybody knows, because they read IGN every day except Sam Bishop, who
I
had
don't
no
do
idea
that.
that this happened.
I don't read anything.
They launched
even my
an
stuff.
infamous home space today. inside this infamous home space, you can go to a wall and make your own graffiti design. We are opening up the Podcast Beyond Graffiti Design Challenge, where we are challenging you to go to this graffiti wall.
Challenged!
Make your favorite IGN, make IGN Beyond, whatever you want to do, some kind of Podcast Beyond IGN screen there, right? You save it, and then what you need to do is add the new official IGN list of the official IGN PSN name, which is IGN Beyond, all one word. IGN's capitalized, Beyond's lowercase. That doesn't matter, but I'm telling you.
I appreciate the hand motions.
No problem. Really cool. Yeah, so everybody who's visually watching this knows exactly what I'm saying. But you add that.
Did you visually listen to it?
I will accept it, and then I will go look through it. We will announce winners, put them on the site. Maybe you'll get a prize. What do you know? Yeah, so go make something cool.
Oh, no.
Remember, that's IGN Beyond is the new PSN friend request that you need to send out.
Wait, is
to
it a
join
PSN
this
friend or is
contest.
it like just a home thing?
This is your
actual. This is an actual PSN ID.
Because the problem was before, for you to see them, what people make, you have to add them to the list. So I was gonna have to
What
go
if
through
you
and
hit?
delete.
What if you hit the 200 though?
It's 100
Or 100,
and
yeah.
Man, you
Wish
guys
it
are
was 200.
slow.
I wish it was 200.
Yeah.
The
so
race
get
is
in there.
on, and not to mention, when we're done with this contest, I'm gonna wipe the list. That way we can use it for other events.
Okay,
you know what I
cool.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so only add it when things are going on, or else you won't get added anyway.
Yeah,
It's going to be so fun going through and manually deleting 100
Yeah,
freaking
yeah.
people.
No, you
Right.
can. Oh.
No, not
Yeah.
not for friends, though.
It's gonna be fun.
It's
Good
okay.
job.
We'll take turns wiping them.
Yeah, there we go. PSN hit of the week. Do we have anybody good?
I got one.
What's that?
When I started the IGN Beyond name, and I went over to the infamous space to check it out and see what was up, and I gave a Beyond, and Dwarfed Wombat responded. And he actually knew Beyond. He knew us. And this is before I announced that I was Greg Miller. I said, Vampire Strike. He goes, I ain't no Clements. And then we went on to talk, and I revealed myself. So Dwarfed Wombat is the hit of the week. It's DWARFED, Wombat, WOMBAT. No space.
All one word.
All one word.
And quick side note to all my legions of Facebook followers. I do read all your messages. I do see that people are still interested in wanting to be hit of the week. I sort of am trying to pick out someone who has a really special story or something. So
Like Dwarf Wombat.
So if you're interested, still keep sending me messages. I'm not just ignoring them, even if you don't hear back from me. I am reading through all of them. I'm just waiting for that special someone to come along.
Do the confirmation. It's not complete without it.
My apologies. PSN it confirmed.
Good. Dwarf Wombat's
Also for
it.
other people that are messaging me earlier in the week, I don't have anybody. Well, there was someone, but I can't remember what their name is. Email me or message me through the PSN or closer to Thursdays when we do this thing. That way I'll try
'Cause
to
you'll
remember.
forget.
And I will totally forget.
Yeah.
100% guaranteed.
Sam's so
There you go.
forgetful. He's just jumping around.
Scatterbrain my head. I'll lose my head if it wasn't attached to my feet.
There it is. That brings us to the end of the show. Housekeeping, as always, if you've not rated us on iTunes, go over there and do that. Follow us on Twitter at IGNCom. We do have, actually, let me point this out, the nice lady that runs our Twitter account, basically our community manager named Stacy. She, on Tuesdays, does a thing called Twitter Tuesday, and you can win stuff. You basically answer a question or whatever, however it's run, and then you can choose from an allotment of random crap. Usually it's like a T-shirt and like a patch or something, but you can pick something cool.
Sometimes it's cool.
Maybe one day there will be a satchel with $1 million. Which
A haircut and a sweater.
I will promptly steal as soon as I learn that it's there and run to Mexico. But anyway, so follow us on Twitter,
Please make that be the
IGNCom.
next prize, a haircut and a sweater.
A Cosby sweater.
You can follow me at Chris_Roper on Twitter. I'm gonna do the topic of the week type things, and I just uploaded a panorama from a thing, and I'm gonna try to add, if this works, I'm gonna try to do the YouTube thing, and of Ryan's trick there.
Oh, yes.
So you can see what it looks like. 'cause
Also,
it's kind of
people
cool.
can still add me on Facebook. I accept all requests.
There you
So
go.
do
On
I.
Facebook. And Greg does. And
as
I'm
I do.
assuming Roper
Yes, I
does
do.
as well.
Yep.
Sam, do
Yeah.
you have a Facebook account?
Yep.
Yep, you can add Sam as well.
Yep.
There you go. And I think that we're all friends with each other. So if you find one of us, you can find all.
Exactly.
There you
Or
go.
you can just find me at facebook.com/GameOverGreggy.
It's
you
not
go.
backslash, it's forward/.
No, I don't
Everybody
care.
does that. It drives me nuts.
Well, you know what? They're all slashes now, so you just shut your face.
No,
I just say
backslashes are for
slash.
local
All right.
stuff on the computer.
You're such a-
Forward
I
slashes are
just
for
say
internet
Wolverine
stuff.
Strike.
Yeah.
Except it's only one instead of three. One bladed
This
Wolverine
incredibly
Strike.
fake CG that I have in the movie.
I cut a sink on half. Now I'm naked.
That was the summary of the movie. That movie was
All right,
horrible.
guess I don't have to watch it then.
Oh, I need a bullet in the head. now I forget everything, even though I was shot next to in the head, but an adamantium bullet makes things different for some reason.
Adamantium.
Adamantium.
There we go. There's the end of the show.
Spoilers.
What kind of song do we have this week?
An awesome one, probably.
Ooh,
Probably.
Greg, do you have it?
Oh, you don't know?
It's
I thought you had a
it's all in the mix. Like Twix.
It's all in the mix.
ashes are right. Sam Bishop is wrong. Tonight I'm gonna fight Jeff Haynes all night. Jeff Haynes is running in slow motion through a field. Jeff Haynes is running in slow motion through a field. Oh my gosh, there's a deer. It's in line with Jeff. He does not see it. It's coming up fast. If Jeff would run faster, the deer couldn't catch him, but he isn't, so it catches him. Now the deer is riding Jeff's face.